Going to college as a girl. Terry grew up in a poor town, where the schools weren't the best, and the hopes for the future were dim. He was a good student, but what would he do after high school? He couldn't afford college. He wasn't good enough at any sports to get a scholarship. Nobody wanted to help him. So it was looking like he'd follow in the footsteps of his father, who worked in a dirty factory for 20 years before he died of a heart attack. What kind of future was that for Terry to look forward to? There were a few good things to his life though. His mom loved him and was very good to him. And he had a wonderful girlfriend named Darcia. She wasn't the prettiest girl in school, but she was just so wonderful in every way. He loved her, and she loved him. They hoped to marry one day. If he could find any kind of future, that is. The summer started, and Terry felt the weight of his life crashing down on him. He would have to start looking for a job soon. Every morning as he walked to Darcia's house, the tall dirty smokestacks in the distance were a reminder of where he would end up. But all that changed one day unexpectedly. A letter arrived in the mail. From College. It read, "Dear Terry, due to your excellent academic achievements and current family income level, you have qualified for a full-ride scholarship. We hope you will consider Persuading University. Visit us on our website listed below and let us know if you'll be attending. Sincerely, Vicky Strong, Student Recruiting Coordinator. They want you to go there and get a free ride," said Darcia, overjoyed at the good news. "They spelled my name wrong," said Terry, noticing his name in the letter. Terry, whatever. We're talking free tuition to college. You'll get a degree, then you can get a good job, and get us out of this town. Think about it. You can get something high-paying, and we'll marry, and move into a nice house out in the city together. Like we always dreamed of, said Terry, in full agreement. That was what they both wanted. But they never had a way to make it happen. Until now. They rode their bikes to the public library and got on the internet. They put in the web address for Persuading U and watched as the web page came up. Terry gasped, as if in horror. Darcia giggled. It was a woman's college. They think you're a girl, said Darcia. That's why they spelled your name Terry. Terry didn't answer. What's the matter, Terry? Don't you think you're pretty enough to hang out with all the co-eds on campus? Very funny, said Terry, annoyed. He wanted to just leave and go home. His dream was crushed. A women's college. Ha! I'm going home, he said. Go ahead, I'll catch up later, said Darcia. I have one thing to do here. Unless you want to wait for me. Terry. Is that short for Teresa? I'm out of here, said Terry, stomping off in anger. Darcia laughed and brought up the web form she wanted to fill in. And so they must think he's a girl, laughed Darcia, as she explained Terry's situation to his mom as they ate dinner that night. So stupid, said Terry. Get my hopes up like that, then ruin everything. Darcia and Terry's mom looked at each other. It's a real shame, said his mother. It would be so wonderful if you could go to college. I always dreamed that I'd be able to send you to a good school. But after your father passed away, it was all I could do to keep a roof over our heads. I know, said Terry, looking down at the plate of food he had hardly eaten any of. I don't blame you. You did everything you could. I guess I'm going to bike over to the factory tomorrow and fill in an application. There were a few moments of silence. Then Darcia spoke up. You don't have to do that, she said. What else is there for me, replied Terry. You could go to school. Where? How? I can't afford it. Go to Persuading. Take the scholarship. Hey, stupid, they think I'm a girl, remember? What's going to happen when I walk in the first day? They'll laugh at me and throw me out. A guy attending an all-women's college? They'll realize their mistake and send me right back here. No, they won't, said Darcia. And why is that? Because they'll think you're a girl. I'm confused here, said Terry's mom. Just hear me out, said Darcia. What if we sent Terry to school, but everyone thought he was a girl named Terry, with an I? He could get his education for free. Yeah, just look at me. They'll really think I'm a girl, said Terry. Not like you are now. But you're kind of thin and scrawny. Not the muscular type. With a few clothes, a little makeup, a new hairstyle, I bet we could make you pass for a girl. No, said Terry. You do have that long hair I've always told you to cut, said his mother, as she looked at the ponytail he had insisted on wearing since the start of his senior year. Once he found that his mother didn't like it, he kept it, out of rebelliousness. No, said Terry. Come on, just give it a try. It won't hurt. Let us dress you up right now, then look in the mirror. If you don't think you can pass for a girl, then we won't talk about this again. No, said Terry. Plus, I didn't save the letter with the passcode to enroll. I left it behind at the library. And I filled in the web form for you, said Darcia. You have accepted their offer. Now all you have to do is show up. No, 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 said Terry. I'm not going to dress up like a girl, and that's final. Terry, think about what you're throwing away, said his mother. This is the chance you always dreamed of. It would make me very happy, said Darcia. And me too, added his mom. What about me? What do you think it will be like for a guy to have to go around as a girl at school? How am I supposed to do that, huh? Think of the fun you'll have, said Darcia. You'll get to live in the girls' dorm. You'll study with girls. You'll hang out with girls. You are with girls all day, every day. You'll learn so much about us that when we get married, I won't even have to train you. You'll know everything already. Terry didn't argue this time. Being in the girls' dorm at college, as they were all half-dressed and getting into a pillow fight, was every boy's dream. And getting to know everything about them, that sounded good too. But he'd have to dress up as a girl. And that was very bad. There was no way he'd pass as a girl anyway. No way. Why don't you let us dress you up, said Darcia again. Like I said, if you're not passable, we'll just forget it. I think you should do it, said his mother. It would be just like when you were 7 and I found you wearing my gown. That doesn't count. I was just a kid, he protested, upset that she had revealed this family secret to his girlfriend. Oh, so you've worn a dress before? Said Darcia teasingly. So it won't be so hard to do it again this time, will it? Okay, you win. I'll dress up, but just this once. You'll see that I can't pass as a chick and you'll leave me alone. Right? Sure, said Darcia, smiling at Terry's mom. This was going to be fun. Both of them were going to enjoy this, even if it didn't work out. First of all, said Darcia, we need to get those legs of yours shaved. What if they guys see me with shaved legs? Tell them you're trying out for the swim team. All the swimmers shave their body hair. You should shave your chest and armpits too then, so you don't blow your cover story. So Terry went into the shower, armed with a pink daisy shaver and a can of shower shaving gel. And he emerged hairless 15 minutes later. He had washed his hair with his mom's shampoo and used her conditioner too. Darcia wrapped his hair up in a towel to dry off and told him to come into his mom's bedroom, where they had made preparations for him. First, they gave him white panties to put on. He just stared at them, like they would bite him or something. Ah, come on, it's just clothes. They won't hurt you, said Darcia. Reluctantly, Terry put them on and began his transformation into Terry. Next, they handed him a bra. He fumbled with it until his mother showed him how to put it on. They made him take it off, then put it on a couple more times, to practice it. Only then did Darcia take a pile of old pantyhose and stuff them into the cups of the bra. Do you have to do that? Said Terry, clearly upset. If you're going to look like a girl, you need boobs. Some girls don't have big breasts, he protested. True, but since you are lacking in some feminine traits, we will need to exaggerate others to make up for it. So you're going to have very large boobs in your bra. Darcia stuffed the bra until the cups were completely full. She had one pair of nylons left, which she handed to Terry. On with them, she said. His mother showed him how to roll them up and put them on, in order to avoid snags. He felt very weak and powerless all of a sudden. It was a feeling he didn't like. Now it was time for the skirt they had chosen for him. Not just any skirt, be a flashy colorful one, with multiple colors sure to catch the eye. As Darcia zipped it up in the rear and gave him a pat on the butt, he felt like he was a girl. Standing there in a skirt, with a stuffed bra, panties, and nylons on his clean-shaved legs. As Darcia put the blouse on him, Terry offered no resistance. She thought it was funny how at first he protested each little feminization like they would cause physical pain or something. But as they successfully applied each little bit of girliness to him, he protested less. Now he was completely passive, putty in their hands. "You look very pretty," said his mother. "Now sit down, so we can put on your makeup." There was no malice in her voice. No taunting. She was simply stating a fact. She was doing all she could to ensure a bright future for her son. If that meant that he had to be a girl for a while, so be it. It was all for his sake. She had always wanted to have a daughter, but unfortunately, Terry had been an only child. So in a way, she was living out a lifelong fantasy of teaching her daughter how to be a proper young lady. She sighed, as she instructed Terry on the makeup she was applying to his face, while Darcia concentrated on his nails. She was painting them a bright pink color, so that would have to be considered when selecting a color scheme for Terry's face. He was just sitting there now, staring off into space. Darcia decided to try and get any reaction from him. He hadn't spoken in quite some time now. "So Terry," she said, in a teasing voice, "how do you like being a girl? Isn't it wonderful to be pretty and feminine? Don't you just love it that you're like me now?" Terry just looked up at her and gave a weak smile. "She's right," said his mother, who was brushing and styling Terry's long hair, giving it a more feminine appearance. "You're just like her now. You're a girl. It will take some getting used to, but we need to practice it. You need to think of yourself as a girl. We need to think of you as a girl. You look like one now, but you will need to act like a young lady too when you show up for class. Come look in the mirror," said Darcia. "You'll see what we mean." Terry stood up and went to the full-length mirror in the hall. He could not believe what he saw. There in the mirror, where his reflection should be, was what appeared to be a girl. She was pretty. She was lovely. A second and third glance revealed some details that seemed out of place, and he quickly realized that he wasn't 100% convincing. But good enough that he even fooled himself for a few seconds. "I can't believe it," he said. "You really could pass for a girl," said Darcia. "We just need to do some more work on you." It started to sink in. He really could pass as a girl. It was possible. And because of that, Darcia and his mom were going forward with their plan. They really wanted him to attend school as a girl. They were going to make him into a girl now. And there was nothing he could do to stop them.